It took 4 episodes, but I actually liked this one. I don't think I loved it, and it definitely shouldn't have taken 4 hours worth of television for me to be like, oh, I get the characters now. But this episode actually had characters, which was a nice change for me personally. You don't look happy though.
No, I'm not happy at all. Like I don't understand. Like I feel like I haven't seen any middle ground people. People either love it or absolutely hate it.
It's for different things, I find too. It's not just people either love it or hate it. It's people seem to love and hate different aspects. Like the fact she can talk to aliens now. Half the people are like, that's so interesting. And the other half are like, fuck you.
People put different weight on different things. So guess what? Sound design and set design doesn't mean as much, even combined, as a story.
Yep.
You can make something look beautiful. Guess what? Parts of the Rings of Power look beautiful. And you're like, wow, that's lovely. Oh, that's cool. Parts. But, you know, it just doesn't save it. And so this episode with these great characters.
And it was so great.
With these okay characters. Yeah, it's like, I don't know how people would love this episode.
It was conversely kind of weird because it was a much slower episode as well. So anyone that liked the slasher style alien stuff from the first 2 episodes, they're not getting any of that for the last 2 episodes. On the sound design that you mentioned, the last few episodes were surviving on vibes and good audio. I've got my full setup here, and especially with audio in this episode, they were doing some interesting stuff. Like whenever people are talking in her head, it's kind of an omnipotent, like everywhere. The alien
I did kind of feel that, yeah.
But it's funny that a huge percentage of people won't hear that or care. So it's like this one sound designer going hard, vigorously editing, and then just like 90% of people will never hear it. But I appreciate you. Thank you. But characters for me. People did stuff. There was conflict. We actually had...
Who?
Interpersonal conflict between... Well.
No. Name them.
Oh, okay. I can kind of. It's funny because they've all got code names, but then I've given them my own code names because I don't know their fucking code names. Yeah. Though this episode did help because people were apart. It wasn't like all of the Lost Boys together at once, just saying the names, or like Kirsch over the microphone saying names. It was like 2 characters and one would be like, Smee, you should do this. Or like, Smee is the smart one. So it's like they've actually given them defining traits. This should have been episode 2.
Yeah.
Considering the whole Alien movie is like a 2-hour movie and they fit in an entire movie in the space of these first 2 episodes, they could have crammed that whole first episode full of crazy alien action, hooked people in, and then given me characters. And I would have been like, okay, this is good, or at least would have helped.
Well, the thing is, they had to do Alien 1 and Alien 2 in the first like 2 episodes.
Although Alien Romulus did all 4, and that was in another 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
So it's like, it can be done. But... interpersonal conflict. Basically, people are wanting something and someone's standing in their way. Aaron Sorkin being like, wow, the most basic level of a script.
Somebody wants something, something standing in their way of getting it.
Because Wendy wants to hang out with her brother, but boy Kavalier is like, oh, I hate brothers.
Yeah.
I don't want you to hang out with your brother. So it's like, oh, there's an obstacle there. And the brother wants to take his sister home, isn't allowed to because of politics, but now he has to spy on her like Anakin and Palpatine.
Why are you asking this of me?
We have Ginger going crazy. That's what I mean.
Yes.
I don't remember her real name, but I think you called it bloated.
Bloated. You asked for my 1-word review.
It does, because suddenly we have all these characters. We still have too many characters. In fact, we still have too many characters. But each of those characters this episode actually got something to do, and I think that's why it did feel bloated. And because we don't have so much of a direction still, like I couldn't tell you what the next 4 episodes are going to be. Each person is still vague as to their end goal. Like, yes, I get that Wendy wants to hang out with her brother, so they're just going to hang out for 4 episodes, while Joe wants to break her out but can't because obvious reasons, and like there's an alien threat and she can now talk to aliens. But it is something here for me to grab onto now. It is just insane it took 4 episodes. So Ginger, the crazy Ginger that poked herself in the eye, my people.
He's allowed to say that. It's his word.
With the hard R.
I say Ginger.
Ginger poked herself in the eye last episode. She's obviously having weird PTSD, not only from being a sick child that is now a robot lady, but also got attacked by an eye.
She's also like what the 2 scientists were kind of talking about, like in one of their scenarios. The husband and wife.
Which is a surprise.
Which is fucking
hilarious, again, because we met both of those in episode 1.
We've been with them for 3 episodes or 4 episodes now.
3 hours later, they're like, by the way, we're married. And I'm like, the way they even say they're married too, it's so like exposition-y.
Not as a scientist, but as your husband.
And I'm like, we're 4 hours in. You can't just be dropping these things on me. But sorry.
No, he says something along the lines of,
Best case, we got a bunch of AIs running around thinking that they're human. Worst case, we killed 6 kids.
And this is basically Megan. This is
Yeah.
It's literally I made a robot that's a bit of a child or like a new AI, like iRobot, where it's Sunny. It's you have this innocent looking robot that you think you're in control of but can kill you at any second. She's doing that via thinking she's pregnant. For me, this show isn't an alien show.
Do you know what this is? This is Degrassi in the alien.
Oh, I guess. Okay, kids.
Well, yeah, in an alien world.
Because they're all going through puberty.
They're all going through some kind of changes and finding out who they are. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to be called that anymore. I want to be called something else.
Mine was going to be more existential. I was going to be like, this is a Prometheus TV show, not an alien TV show. Because Prometheus, the whole thing is what it means to be human. Hey, look, we have this android that wants to be a human electric sheep.
Does God
yada,
exist?
yada. Yeah.
God hates us.
If God created humans, did gods also create robots? This is Prometheus.
Waylon was like, make me immortal. And then he was like, rah!
Yeah, and like actually dealing with the governments, that was all Prometheus stuff. And like, I guess Alien Covenant, he tried to bleed over. But the reason that happened is because basically Ridley Scott wanted to make Prometheus. No one liked it. And he's like, fuck, they do like the aliens. So then he just made Prometheus.
Androids, companies, Blade Runner.
He has the show.
Raised by Wolves.
Yeah.
He's doing android people elsewhere. So it's weird that we also have this show being android people. But I'll leave that alone and just treat it as a show. So like Ginger's weird. She's now locked up in her room. That's pretty much all she does this episode. She goes a little bit crazy, attacks Babadook and goes, okay, I'm out.
I hated the shot of her attacking her because
Oh,
it was shot like a weird kung fu movie.
I thought it was shot like Megan.
You see her foot bounce and she does like this weird motion that shouldn't exist.
It was meant to make you go, whoa.
Yeah.
Because like they're inhuman.
I'm
but
not like,
yeah.
whoa, she moves like a super robot. I'm like, oh, she looks like Drunken Master.
It just felt too wiry to you. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it was meant to be like shocking. So I guess they were like, how do we get her from over there to over here?
Next character.
Slightly. Slightly is being Minecraft YouTubered by Morrow. Morrow is still a cool character.
I don't think so. I hate the character he's playing to entrap slash
Minecraft
groom
YouTuber. Yep.
slash Minecraft YouTuber. This kid, he was like, we're friends, right? Slightly, we're friends, right? And if I'm gonna trust you, like I'm like, it's creepy.
It is. I don't think it would convince him in fairness, but I think maybe it's just the actor and like what he's doing is like grabbing me more than the actual character.
Do you know what would have worked better? If one of his Morrow's cyborg parts is a voice modulator or something, and it's like they change their voice and it sounds like another kid talking to him.
Or if he just didn't attack them immediately and like choke him to death.
No,
'Cause
kids hold on to that kind of
Kids love
thing.
that shit. Yeah, so I like Morrow, but I agree his plan is stupid. I like his plan now that he has the mum though, because I do 100% believe that Slightly would be like, oh, I don't want my mum to get
like any
attacked.
person.
Yeah, which he could have just skipped to, like, because Slightly doesn't know how Morrow's in his head. So you could have just made him talk different or like make him find out his name, even though his name is Singh. And he's like, oh, that'll be easy to find.
Yeah.
Like, okay, sure. He wants something and people are in his way. He has to get an egg off the island, but now he's been told by Morrow to get a person to get an egg on their face and then to take them out, which again is like, I only believe it now that his mum's at threat, but it seems such an impossible task for this child to accomplish that I don't know how the next 4 episodes he's even going to do that. So I'm like, I'm not invested because I'm like, that's fucking stupid. Like, there's no way. So maybe they'll shock me with this kid's genius plan. I'm like half in because I'm like, oh, we're doing something. But then I'm like, oh, but it's kind of stupid.
Well, his whole thing's being like kind of foiled because you get the weird conversation, him and Kirsch, in the first half of the episode where he's like,
Do you know why there are 3 monkeys on your wall?
and then on the second half of the episode, you find out that Kirsch actually is listening in. It's good because that's like the one thing that I enjoyed is like, I'm like, they would surely be able to register a signal coming in, and they are, and Kirsch is listening to it the whole time. So,
Which also makes it feel more impossible though, which is why I'm like, okay, Kirsch needs to go crazy and want this to happen to let it happen.
well, his whole thing is like, he's very inquisitive. So
He's a scientist.
I can see him wanting to see how far Slightly would go.
Yeah, I guess Kirsch didn't know that the alien would impregnate through the mouth and take a few days to then chest burst or something. So I guess this helped him a little bit scientifically, but he's already seen the lung. Also, the lung pissed me off, but we'll get to that. So yeah, it's like there's stuff going on here, but that mission seems too impossible. So I'm like, okay. And then also Morrow is far away, so we need to get Slightly all the way tomorrow. And then that seems like it's going to be a season 2 thing.
Well, he's like, just call me and I'll be there to pick you up.
When he said, we'll smuggle a person, I'm like, oh, Morrow's going to come to the island and we'll get some shit going.
No, you have to have the kid do it. But the kid is also a super android, so he could probably carry a person, but it's still the brain of a kid.
Yes, but the kids now know that they can learn things, they can upload books, which doesn't make them smart, but at least means they know what the book says.
Yes. Wisdom is not the same as knowledge.
Oh, Dexter Jetster over here. God damn.
Yeah.
The difference between knowledge and wisdom.
Slightly's character now, at like the end of the episode, he's all like, you know, he's angry at Wendy, and he's like, we should be able to have our brothers here. And he's like, we should not just ask, we should demand. And like, he's like making an uprising, probably to help his agenda.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm like, firstly, a kid would never think of it that way. But secondly, I'm like, hate this.
Yeah, well, it's like now he has 2 things to do. So it's like, and they're kind of in conflict because if he's like drawing more attention to himself, how's he going to get a guy off the island? So yeah, I see what you mean by bloated. Like that's...
Remember, these are kids, by the way. These are kids who are dying in 10.
Which does come up more this episode. They're shooting at the same place the White Lotus, the new season, was shot at. So I'm like, that's weird that we're just suddenly like in Thailand. Curly, the Kiwi.
The Inquisitive one?
The pick-me girl.
The pick-me girl.
Yeah. She did almost nothing this episode, but she did carry on from her last episode of I should be the important one, not Wendy. But then Wendy now has a special ability that she doesn't have, so she's a bit pissy about it.
She's good for that one interaction where it's like, do you hear it? And he's like, yeah, I hear something. He's like, don't tell me what I want to hear. Tell me like the actual answer.
Boy Kavalier did more this episode, while also not getting past the annoying thing about Boy Kavalier, where he's not a genius.
No.
But he keeps telling us he is. Like he walks into a room, gets told something, and he's like, I already know that. Always pretend I'm ahead of you.
Also, he's like, I have a colonic in 30 minutes.
That's cult shit.
That's
He doesn't do anything smart because he has so many smart people around him. He's like hired a child psychologist, a scientist, a robot that are all doing these things for him. Like the bodyguard that is like...
the bald enforcer man.
Yes, bald enforcer man that is offering things to Joe.
He gives him like the ultimatum and he's like, you know, you can stay here and you can subscribe to Bergenbeard or you can go back and we'll bill you.
That should just be Boy Kavalier so that we can see him be intimidating and like he can run circles around you.
He's not just a nerd. Yeah, he's like, he's already thought of every single
well, he's
option.
obviously a political genius if he runs his own empire company, basically. He can't just be smart. So that's annoying, but at least he talked to people in this episode and you can see that he's like willing to risk stuff.
Yes, he breaks rules. He takes risks. Maybe that's why he's so far ahead.
Smee is just basically wanting to be scientist man along with Kirsch. He's a likable guy.
Hey, that's Isaac now.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like, I want to change my name. And he's like, why? And he's like, because I want a scientist, great man, name Isaac. And he's like, yep.
That counts as an arc, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's like, and he's the one who kind of explains like the whole downloading books. And he's our scientist through line.
I could also see Isaac dying a horrible, horrible death. As like, oh, he's too curious. Oh, he died. Not that we have any real threats in this show. Except Wendy can talk to aliens.
Yes.
Which a lot of people are going to hate. I'm kind of indifferent to it, but I liked what James Cameron did in number 2, where the Queen was like a hive mind and the Queen was doing all the thinking. Like the Queen was good. But now they're showing that like the aliens like are feeling pain and screaming like when they're getting removed. I know they're animals, but...
Well, it's like a baby coming out of a womb.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't like that you just like bypass the face hugger and like pull out a weird sperm thing and it just like swims around and can penetrate the lung by itself.
Yeah.
It just makes it feel like, I don't know, I liked the individual stages. I don't know why we needed to remove it from the face hugger. It just seemed weird. I don't know. But then they decided that this alien that they know is crazy strong, they're just going to put it in a normal glass case with a lung in it.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's crazy. Like, why? It was for the scene so that it could burst forth and we'd go, ah. And then Wendy basically befriended it.
This show specifically has gone off the whole thing of if you don't show fear, then it doesn't register you. It can't see you.
Or if you're like incapable, I guess, because you're a robot.
Because she's a robot, which aliens have hurt robots in the past.
Many times.
Many times.
Just look at Ash from Romulus. He got hurt by an alien pretty bad.
Yeah, well, it's like, and then in the second one, Bishop got ripped in half by like the Queen. But then again, that's the Queen. She's crazy. It's interesting because it also didn't hurt Morrow. So it's like, and he's actually a human. Even though he has cybernetic enhancements, his body's that of a human.
Yeah.
He's more human than he is robot.
And he sweats.
And he sweats and has fear and pheromones.
Pheromoning,
So
yeah.
even if you're cool, calm, and collected, it knows you're there.
It feels like plot armor as well.
Yes, exactly.
It feels like Ripley.
Well, there's this story of this comic book about like an android who lived in an alien hive, and she became essentially like a pseudo queen.
Okay.
In there, she was like half xenomorph, half android. It was really interesting.
I mean, yeah, it's entirely possible they're pulling from that then, I guess. I am interested, and I'm glad they're doing something, and like making her befriend an alien is kind of interesting. But where do we go with this? Because Wendy's not crazy, at least not yet. And like, sure, if Wendy goes crazy and like she sicks the aliens on people.
That's what I'm thinking at the end.
But how is that different?
Sick them.
If that alien turns into an alien and she can control it, could it be the hubris of like, I guess part of, no, actually no, I was like, that's part of Alien, but no, that's Jurassic Park, where it's like science that we don't understand, like trying to control nature is the point of Jurassic
Nature
Park.
finds a way.
Yeah. Whereas like here I'm like, okay, no, that's the wrong franchise.
Well, it's like, I like
unless they're doing it.
Boy Kavalier in this episode where Wendy was like, you were hurting it. It didn't, why did you have to pluck it from there?
That line.
And he was like, oh, so it's not okay when I do it, but when it kills me, drinks my blood, eats my flesh, that's perfectly fine, right?
Labeled off all the other aliens on the ship that can happily kill you. Because we get a cool section with the eye alien taking over the sheep, and it's cool. And I'm like, all right, I guess if that thing gets out, it's going to do something. Or the sheep is going to kill people, or it's going to get inside someone's head and make them kill people.
Yeah.
And I don't know how interested I am in these things, but I'm glad they're at least doing something. I think this episode might be the one that either makes or breaks it for a lot of people. It is the mid-season, so...
The showrunner, he's doing the next one. That means like the next one's going to be a big one if he wants to be. Yes.
Okay, cool.
He's directing and writing. Ooh, I'm really scared because the last episode is called The Real Monsters.
Oh,
and
people.
I hate that kind of thing where it's like, they're not the monsters. They're just organisms who are living.
Yeah.
They kill. They kill.
They are the perfect killer.
They are kill.
It could be kind of like a bloat thing where they had a story, but they were like, shit, we need to meander for a little bit. We'll add a couple of episodes at the start because Disney wants 8. I don't know, but I'll be interested to find out. I don't hate the show. I liked this week a lot more than I've liked any other episode because it was moving. We're doing stuff. But are you in or out still?
I'm in because I need to consume all alien media, and I love it. I love the world, and look, in the end, I'm enjoying it more than I've enjoyed more than half of the things we've watched here. But maybe the thing I need to explain to my brain is disappointment and unenjoyment are two different things, and I think that's what a lot of people out there who have very snapfire reviews is they're reviewing off of disappointment, which hey, I'm guilty of it. I'm disappointed. But I am also, there's also some really shitty things happening here, leading to the disappointment.
You're wanting more.
It could have done better.
It doesn't feel like it's delivering on the promise of the premise, which is an alien TV show.
I don't want Degrassi on the Nostromo.
Even when they're walking down the corridors of this area, it doesn't feel like the Mignot did. Like the Mignot ship felt like an alien ship. This is just like a very generic corridors, and we barely even focus on the corridors, so it doesn't feel like our characters are going to be hunted later on.
So I feel like we're getting less and less sets in there. We have the room where they can reset the robots. We have Boy's room. We have Wendy's room. We have Science Lab.
Yeah.
And we have outside.
We have the Bali hut.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
It's like even with the outside world where Moro was, it's so zoomed in on his face, they can film him nowhere.
Yeah.
And then even with the scenes with his mum, the background's just so blurry. It can be anywhere.
And just the fact that he went from being zoomed in, walking down one Blade Runner alleyway, to suddenly next time we see him, he's with the mum. Are they next to each other? Like, is that how small this world is, that you can just cross that easily? Anyway, what did you think?
Let's have a little discussion in the comments. I want to talk to you guys about it.
Marko will call you wrong in the comments below.
I won't call you wrong. You can call me wrong. We'll have a bit of fun. We'll have a little chatting.
Thank you.